What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the Edison Club podcast. I'm your host, Mike, joined tonight by three very special guests. These three guys that I'm joined by, they happen to be the admins of the Time Wizard Format Hub on Facebook. Super cool group of guys here, and without further ado, we're going to go around the table, kind of tell us something about yourself, your name, favorite Yu-Gi-Oh card or archetype, and who would like to go first?
I will go first.
Okay.
I've been on here a couple times, guys. It's Ethan. My favorite card ever, Light and Darkness Dragon. You know, I'm the raddest lad, as they say. I think I have more copies of that card than anyone else, as far as I know, in the different languages that I do. But yeah, I'm excited to talk about all the group escapades and everything, and the things that people don't know.
All right, Brandon, or I just said your name. Do you want to go next?
Sure. I mean, because I spoke up. Yes, my name is Brandon. I'm one of the newer additions to the group. The group has been around for a little over 2 years now, which is scary to believe. I was there from the get-go. Ethan and the team brought me on. My favorite card ever is Gate Guardian.
Ooh, classic.
Liked it as a kid. It's a childhood symbol of mine because I once gave away every card that I ever owned to trade for that one card because I thought it was so cool. It was Big Attack, and I never summoned him, obviously. But and I currently play, Edison on DB in person in my locals in bigger events that I travel to seldomly. So yeah, that's about me. Oh, I'm getting married early next year.
Let's go!
Woo! Congratulations.
Yeah.
It's the boy.
Signing my life away, but she's all on board with me playing card games. I guess she's cool with that, so I'm cool with her.
Perfect.
That's pretty sick, though, bro. You got to teach her how to do the Yu-Gi shuffle, man.
She already knows how to play Goat. I just need to get her on Edison. That's it.
Okay, facts. Well, I mean, she's got the hard part out of the way. Resource management. I mean,
just moving our way up. I'm Patum. I am the founder of the Time Wizard Format Hub. I started that group back in like late 2021, and it just kind of has grown from there. My favorite Yu-Gi-Oh card of all time, it's a newer one, Sacred Fire King Garunix. I'm a big Fire King guy, but for Edison, I play Glad Beast. So if we're going off by my favorite Edison card, it's Glad Beast Heraclinos. That guy's so cool.
he's got the honeycomb.
Yeah, the honeycomb.
Pretty big.
He's a tiger, a lion, and I forgot what other Glad Beasts he's fused with, but
Does he have wings? Off the record. Does he have wings?
I don't think he does.
Okay.
Let's look him up here.
Next.
Let's see what all this guy has here.
He's got some cool stuff.
It looks like he does have wings.
Wait,
He does?
yo,
No shot.
Yeah.
No shot.
Yeah, I think he has Bestiari's wings.
Yo, I was right for once in my life. Let's go.
Dude, wow, this is kind of insane. He does have wings, bro.
That's
Imagine.
crazy.
This guy has it all, man. He really does.
Yeah, no, screw this card. I love his art, but God, he's so annoying to go against.
Yeah, it always seems like whenever I play against this deck, like everyone knows, like I play Lightsworn. I'm predominantly a Lightsworn player, but every time this card comes down, it's like the perfect storm. I look at my hand and it's just full of spells. Like there's no JD in sight anywhere. This card is so crazy, and the random times where they're able to like Darius this card back just as a beater, that randomly comes up as well too.
No, it's crazy because like sometimes people forget that like you could just use it to make Gazaris.
Yeah, that as well.
You just put him away, and then you just swing and you just bring him back with his effect.
That's the worst part. It's like I've been like, oh well, I mean, at least they don't have a pop. Heraclinos in the corner.
Yeah, it feels wrong in a way. Like it feels wrong to contact this guy for Gazaris. I don't know why. I feel like that's breaking a law somewhere in some state.
But it just sucks. I'll go against Batum, and he'll I'll resolve D prison, and then he just goes into Heraclinos afterwards. And I was like, wait, I thought I won. I had D prison.
It's kind of wild because like we say all these busted things about like Glad Beast, but I was talking with Ethan. Ethan was like, "What's the strongest board for Gladiator Beast?" It's literally summoning a Glad Beast monster and setting 5.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you're just maintaining a game state.
Yes, especially if one of those 5 is fucking Imperial Iron Wall.
Yes,
Which is
Imperial Iron Wall.
seeing new play in the fold right now. Constantly seeing play now, killing me inside.
It's wild. I think my main like method with my Glad Beast is just like really utilizing stuff like, I mean, it's the common method, but like utilizing Book of Moon, Shrink, Wabuko, stuff like that. Just because it's like it just stops everything, just so I can like snowball.
Well,
I know a lot
I'm
of
guessing. I'm guessing, Michael, that kind of brings us to our theme here, which is
yeah.
what is our favorite deck to play.
Yep, that is true. Ethan, what is your favorite deck to play?
So for Edison, my favorite deck to play. So okay, all right, you're not ready for this answer, okay? Everyone thinks it's
I never am.
Diva Hero. No, everyone thinks it's Diva Hero because it's what I play the most. It's the deck I was playing, but my favorite deck to play the most.
Maxed out.
I did almost max it out because I couldn't afford the other deck I wanted to max out. But if there's any deck that I get the most enjoyment from, because it is just so unfair when you get all the right pieces, it's Lightsworn, bro. Like
Copycat.
No, for
Okay,
real
what
though.
type of Lightsworn are you playing? Pure, Twilight? Are you playing Christiasworn? What other?
I feel like at this point, every Lightsworn list is sort of Twilight to some degree. If you have Plague plus Chaos Sword plus Necrogardna, and like maybe the one main DD Crow, but like, so I just call it Twilight Sworn. But there's no better feeling than opening double Gold Sark and being like, "Oh, I win!" Like,
I mean,
like,
but there's also the hands where you open like Wolf. You know what I mean?
well, I mean, one Wolf if you have the Solar.
Bro. You always have solar recharge.
Yeah, you
That's
always
true.
do. You always have it. No, Celestia is probably my favorite card to play in the deck, though. Just like being able to tribute summon over a wolf you special summoned, and like
one
the
of
mill
the most
for
busted cards because you have a mill 4 on the summon as cost. Like,
I know.
that's
It's like this
absurd.
is happening. Period.
Yeah, like you better hope you have Solemn, because if you don't, this is happening.
Right.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's like, oh, but I chained. Well, that sucks. I got wolf off that. Sorry.
What
It's
I've
true.
seen
anyway.
lately is a trend where there are players, like higher level players, committing to higher numbers of Arcus in the main board, because pairing Arcus with a meta of a lot of targeting cards like Icarus, like Caius, like, you know, any frog monsters out like Raigeki Break, PWWB like Amaryllis. Arcus sounds pretty dang good. And if you could back it up with Honest, and then you just have a Celestia in the hand for the next turn for conversion, I think you're pretty much winning at that point.
No,
Right.
I agree completely. I think Argus is so cool because not a lot of people thought about it back then. But the fact that it says you can't target Lightsworn monsters, pretty much in general, is just absurd to me.
Yeah, Arcus is also really strong against the Machina match because you can just swing over Fortress with Honest and they can't destroy anything.
Yeah.
Good
I
luck.
think that's like the cool part about like this specific format is that like there are so many cards in the card pool and things kind of come and go. And like Arcus, like where we didn't look at it like for years, all of a sudden goes crazy now, which is really cool.
Yep. There was actually a event that one of my local guys went to, and I'm gonna kind of spoil this. I think people have seen the list, or not many people have seen the list. Where he went to the YCS Maryland with a couple people from Lexington, Kentucky, where I'm based out of, and he played 3 Arcus and 3 Shield Warrior and a Necrogardna in a Lightsworn based list, and actually bubbled with that list. and he's a conventionally a frog player, but went with the whole conception of how can I protect Arcus, and then how can I convert off Arcus. So I think he was either playing like 2 or 3 Celestia in that list, and obviously was playing the JD and like the rest of the pure Lightsworn package. Didn't really swing the Twilight way, but I thought that was interesting. Just how can you protect Arcus, and he just lives.
Yeah, no, it's kind of crazy. I love all the variants that the deck has like crapped out in the past couple of years. Like, I never thought in a million years I'd see 3 Avarice and Lightsworn. I was like, that is the coolest thing ever, because I could literally play the deck pure now and just feel okay about it. Like,
Right.
so cool. Like, not a lot of people expect that to be my answer, but like that's probably my favorite deck to play in Edison. My favorite deck to play in Modern.
Ooh, let's not go there. Patum, what's your favorite deck in Edison?
Oh,
This
I
man
think
just cut me off.
which is funny because I'm mainly a modern player. That is
I
my
know.
format to play. I think I said before, but Glad Beast. I just like I've played other decks, right? I've played Lightsworn, I've played Value, and I think they're fun. But oh no, there's something crazy about like I played the more hybrid variant with Prisma. But there's something so fun about like shuffling your stuff back, busting out a new body, and just doing all these crazy things. I feel like it's a very
What's that deck?
interactive. What?
What's that deck called?
Glad Beast.
Oh, wow! What a surprise!
Yeah, I'm the Glad Beast guy, man.
Wait, Tomb, we still don't know what the name of your deck is, man. Well, what deck do you enjoy playing?
I said Glad Beast. Are you guys bullying me for being a Glad Beast player?
Wait, do you
can't
even know what you're playing?
Gladiator Beast.
Leave this man alone. Let him tag his Laquaris. Leave him alone.
All right, okay, look. It got 3rd at YCS Indie. All right, it got 3rd at the NAWCQ. Y'all make fun of me too much, all right? Look at testing. When you make fun of me, that's who you're making fun of, man.
I think it
card's
actually
good.
got 4th at 4th at the YCS actually. Because
Was it 4th? I swore it got
yeah.
3rd.
No, the Value.
No,
player
India
was-
got 3rd.
No, India got 4th. He did not get one of the giant cards, unfortunately.
Darn.
Or the
but honestly, he was the best Glad Beast player I've ever seen. Nicest dude for real, but like I was in awe watching him play. Dude, Paul Hobbs for real. That's the MVP, man. Like he had the cast on. He was playing with one arm the whole time, bro.
That's true.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, it was crazy. I was
what
like,
that was
oh
about,
god,
but-
I hate.
Yeah.
Well, he was going against AJT, and they had the craziest freaking interaction ever, man. Like, let me see if I can remember this from memory, but it was him and AJT against each other, and AJT was playing Black Wings. He went first, and summoned Shura, and Paul didn't really get anything good, and he just so he swung with Shura, and then he drew another Shura, and Paul just kept drawing back row, and freaking he drew heavy and then dropped heavy, and Paul chained Starlit Road, and then AJT chained Royal Oppression, and they instantly handshaked, and I was just like,
Oh, yeah, it'd be like that.
dude, it happened within seconds. I was like in awe at how quick it happened. Like once he saw the Royal Oppression, he was just the handshake.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Yeah,
it was wild.
It happens. All right, Brandon, what's your favorite deck to play?
Ooh, I'm enjoying, being a little whore and going around and playing all kinds of decks. Now that I kind of, understand the format, but I guess my favorite and like the deck that I've had most success with is Blackwing. I mean, honestly, yeah. I mean, it's not like the funnest at times, but like, gosh dang, it's pretty consistent. You can't lie. And just resolving Whirlwind and just dropping Kalut every time just makes me a little bit harder,
I get you.
Yeah. Birds. I don't have much of a brain anyways, but yeah, I have a brain on that deck, full on bird brain.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Nice.
Triple Kalut is terrifying.
That's why they hit it right afterwards.
Yeah, battle hand trap that can be used on direct attacks is really crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I just naturally have a better in-engine like game plan than every other deck. Sorry.
Yeah,
Right.
deck has so many tools it can use. So crazy, especially now that
God,
people are
get a
like,
counter trap.
yeah, no counter trap. It's even crazier now that people are on like the draw traps, legacy and jar, and just make the deck that much faster.
Right.
Yeah, they're like, oh my god, they set back row. I need to heavy that. Oh no, they were chainable traps. I just lost my heavy for the whole game. I think I lose.
Yeah, then your heavy storm is
Yeah.
gone. They throw out the whirlwinds. Now you have no way to get rid of them. Yeah, it can snowball very quickly.
Yeah, no, that deck rewards you so quickly for just like simply drawing cards. Honestly,
Yeah,
Right.
And it's a deck that can support oppression, which is one of the craziest cards. Probably the craziest card in the format.
Yeah, it's like one of those cards where I see more people gentleman's agreement out of. You know what I mean?
yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
no, I
It gets rid of a threat and then it sticks on the board.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh my gosh. And in a format where it really doesn't have a lot of conventional tools to get rid of back row, like you have to commit your normal summon for Lila, you have to get lucky and draw the MST, or you have to preemptively main deck the Dust Tornadoes, or God forbid you play your one of Heavy Storm to get rid of this guy. Oppression's going to haunt you for days.
And even at that point with the heavy storm, you've already committed so much like back row at that point, especially because like it is the one of and your probability of seeing it opposed to like other cards that you might want to set is like crazy. So just the royal oppression and with it being able to work with the black leaf, it's just like it's one of those cards where like I know we don't like talking about people that want to ban cards during a time wizard format, but if I had the choice, it would be royal oppression.
Oh, 1,000%, bro. Like that's why I literally say now that Diva Hero playing Treeborn Fog and Necro Gardener is needed because you gotta get that Caius on the field or you just lose.
Right.
It's fine if you add more MST to the format.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
totally. I agree.
But again, I feel like with these formats that are kind of glued to time, changing up the what's it called? The ban list is just really weird. So it's like, yeah, I don't like this card, but what am I to do?
Yeah,
Like,
I'm not a fan of that. Like you either play historically or you move on and play something else that you enjoy.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, it's just all a part of like finding the right format that's like kind of balanced. I mean, people can say it's not Edison format's not balanced or and nothing's going to be perfect. You're going to find that in every format. Like in Hat, for example, just imagine somebody just dropping Soul Charge on you. Like
right.
that feels stupid. Like that
Yeah,
shouldn't
you're gonna get a complaint from that. People are absolutely going to complain about that. But I mean, oppression's bad, but like it's not like the end of the world. Like it's
Yeah.
there are outs to some
There's
degree. I
outs.
mean, I'm not gonna sit here and preach and be like draw the out, but I'm gonna be like, if this is in the format, then play the cards to out it to some degree. But also, I do want to say it's like you don't even draw the cards sometimes. Like the amount of times I side in pulling the rugs for Monarchs and do not even see the card, like
Right.
Or you
it
see
sucks.
it too late. Like that's
Yes.
also the
Oh
thing
god,
with
it's
these
so
rare
terrible when you
cards.
see it too late.
Like Royal Oppression is not going to deal with a board that has an absolute 0 on the board already. Like that's just if you draw that and you're facing down absolute 0, like good luck. That's almost me handshaking them at that point.
Right.
Yeah, he's the greatest offense and defense at the same time in the whole format. He's so nuts. Like, the amount of people I see just summon him and sit on him in defense position just to screw with their opponents hilarious.
But I think like we've said this before. Like a lot of these formats are unsolved, so we could see it kind of rotate out. Like with Hat, I know a lot of people complained about Vanity's Emptiness being in that format, but if you look at a lot of Hat lists, I don't see Vanity's Emptiness that much, if at all, nowadays.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, because it's condition. It's condition with emptiness. It's like it's so easy to fulfill and just get off the field.
Right. And when we look at like when I started to play Edison back in like 2022 is such a different time than it is now because player preference and things kind of rotate in and out. Like, if you told me like those years ago that we like played the Iron Wall, I'd be like, that's a little weird. But now it's like kind of like a staple,
Yeah,
for the most
exactly.
part.
No, and what Brandon was saying with Max C, it's like that. You would think that it defines all of Tengu format, and that's how people
Right.
view it first, and then that's not the case at
Oh yeah,
all.
we don't see we hardly ever use Maxi to like what Maxi is used in modern.
Exactly.
If anything,
Valor is so much more stupid than everything.
Valor's the big boy of that format.
I'll say warning.
Warning's crazy.
We don't have to talk about warning. I'm warning you. We don't have to talk about that.
Yeah, it's like warning. Duality is another card that people kind of look at as a staple. Like, I had to pick up those QCRs for Duality for my Tengu deck.
God, Duality and Fairies is so terrifying.
Yeah,
dude. What else is terrifying is Duality,
yeah,
Duality and Gravekeeper alongside Wonder Wand and like Upstart Goblin.
Oh,
yeah.
God. No.
Let me just draw. Just keep drawing.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm a terrible person, so that's what I play in Tengu format. I just play Gravekeepers.
Oh yeah, we didn't even get into your wait, yeah. Your favorite Edison deck is Lightsworn. We have 2 Lightsworns here.
Yeah, definitely Lightsworn.
One Blackwing, and then we still don't know what Patum is playing. Who cares?
Yeah, I don't know what he's playing.
It's okay. He wouldn't answer us earlier, so it's fine.
Yeah, I play Machina. Just summon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bing, 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 bing.
You might want to check your mailbox, bud. There's going to be a copy of GB Hunter waiting in there for you.
Yeah. Do you guys know that Ethan didn't know that GB Hunter stood for Gladiator Beast Hunter?
You're enlightening me. I didn't even know that.
Really?
Hell yeah!
Legit name that you could shuffle back for Bestiari.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
That's fucking crazy, bro. Like, that's when I found that out in that video, and that it could be summoned off Warrior Lady of the Wasteland.
Yes. If you know, you know. Warrior Lady of the Wasteland toolbox.
It's the best. It can summon any warrior 1500 or less Earth. Like, that's it, man.
Yeah.
That's where the GB comes from. It's like, she just like looked at Bestiari. It's like, I don't want you popping my back row.
Do you know what it does?
Yeah, I can't shuffle cards. I've had to play against it.
Oh, hell yeah. Good. I'm glad.
This one person was playing like
Are you
freaking
glad?
Warrior Bot. Glad.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
No, I was playing. This had some random play. Like my locals, random guy came in, and he was on like Warrior Mishmax toolbox thing, right? And I summon Gazaris, and then, like, next turn comes around, and he summons this card. It's like, okay, I can get it over. It's easy. It's like, okay, end of battle phase effects. Like, you can't. What do you mean I can't? And I read the card. I'm like, no.
And then he goes, dude, it's GB Hunter. Read the card.
The only time he read the card.
I didn't know that card existed until then.
Bro, I knew it existed, but I was like, oh, she has 2K and she's a waifu. I guess this is something I can include in the Edison Earth tier list. And then I read the card and I'm like,
that's a female card? Oh, wait.
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, how this happened was like we were grouping the Earth monsters, and we talk about GB Hunter, and we end up finishing the video, and like 3 hours later my phone rings, and Ethan always calls me when I'm in the bathroom, no matter what, every single time.
Every single time.
And
she has
I'm just like, bro, you good? And he's like, I didn't know that GB Hunter stood for Gladiator Beast Hunter. And I'm just like, bruh.
Bruh, for real?
Bruh.
Dude, okay, so Michael, you wanna dive into some of these group stories that we got?
Okay, so yeah, I am really excited to hear some of the group stories. Maybe the posts are getting deleted quicker, but because I haven't seen any in a while, but there used to be some absolutely unhinged things that would get posted in that group.
Oh my God,
so
bro.
I am really excited to like deep dive and hear about some of these things.
All right, well, hold on. Yeah,
say,
no,
like, what,
Patoom's got to start here. I think he actually has a folder of the screenshots. Of,
Oh,
like,
God.
some of the things.
Perfect.
I don't think I have any of the folders of the screenshots. I think there are some photos. They've just either been lost in time or they're just like lost in our like admin group chat. But like what I will say is that we do a really good job of cracking down on like those weird spammer people. A few will come in, but it's very rare when we ever do. But the people that end up slipping through the cracks are great. There was this
Oh my
one
God.
guy that put his bank wire information, like he was living in South Africa and was trying to sell us some MP Commons. Like these were some beat up looking cards, and it's just like it shows the list. It had his address, so we can't show you that screenshot because it does have his address. But we were just sitting there like, this guy wants us to like wire him money through Western Union to Cape Town, South Africa to get his Commons, man.
Oh my God!
I sent that to the group chat, and
Not
I was
the
like,
Western Union.
We have to take this down, right? We have to take that. Like, we legally have to. Like,
it's not even like we're getting scammed at this point because you don't have to buy it. No one would buy, but the fact that this dude was able to put his like freaking bank information on the line,
he was doxing himself. He literally doxed himself.
Bro, I didn't even know Western Union still existed. I remember walking into Kmart and seeing people do that. That's how long ago it's been since I've heard about Western Union.
Kmart.
Oh yeah, it's still a thing. It's still like Walmart and stuff in the USA.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I know, like what's it called? It's Western Union really cracked down on it because so many scammers were like on that and like trying to wire money that way. But they're still around. Like I used to go to school near a Western Union bank, and I would see people coming in there freaking out because you know they wired $500 to a Nigerian prince in hopes of getting $1 billion. You know.
Yeah. No. My favorite person that we've had that was like a bot trying to be added to the group. Okay, we have questions that you have to answer. Okay, it's what's your favorite Edison card and what format are you here to play? My favorite one ever. So there's a common bot response that we constantly see, which is I would like to join the group to be able to join the group and explore the options of blank blank blank. Sometimes it'll be like TV Chromecast 947 and I'm like, right. What? And then their favorite card will be just the word black.
Right. I think there's one.
I have one pulled up. I have one pulled up. So one of them.
Pulled up?
Yeah. So one of them, this was a couple months ago, was just a request to join the group. Her name was Carla Betters. Okay. And
interesting.
What retro format has caught your interest? The answer she put was 56.
56?
56 format went crazy though.
What is your favorite Yu-Gi-Oh card? Dragon.
Dragon.
There are a lot of dragons.
Bro.
There are a lot of dragons.
That's it. And we accepted her hands down. It was the easiest question ever.
I think one of my favorites was this one woman. She put for what's your favorite format? She put basketball. And then for her favorite card, Apple card. And I'm just thinking like a Apple Pay card or something like that. I think we're out of the era of like them just responding yes, 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 which was like very clear.
Hold on, I've got one. Hold on.
You got one? What's this one?
What retro format has caught your interest? The reason I want to join the group is to connect with the community and share knowledge. What is your favorite Yu-Gi-Oh card? I live in the United States, specifically in the city.
Oh my God, this is fantastic. I never even really thought about like the unhinged things that go on just with people trying to enter the group. Like the things that happen before they even get there.
It's wild. Because sometimes with these groups, like you could see what other groups they're in. And like like I'll click on them just because sometimes like they don't answer the questions, but if they're in groups that relate to Yu-Gi-Oh, I will usually let them in. But like some of them are just like camel toes,
Ew. What?
Indian,
God, bro. No,
hot
listen,
Indian
listen,
women. And was just like, what are these groups?
dude.
What
No,
why are you in
listen, listen.
These are the
Okay.
easiest groups to get in, okay? I know from experience.
Well,
Listen, so you were saying about like the random shit that you see. Listen, my favorite one that I've ever seen is I was scrolling, and I don't know how this person got in the group because their name was in like freaking Arabic, but like it's a video of someone like skinning a bunch of like sausages, like in like in one of those machines where you like turn the crank or whatever, and it puts the meat into the sausages or whatever, right?
Actually,
And it says, "What? No, not sexually, just in general." And it says watch till the end of the video at 2:19, and you get to the end of the video at 2:19, and it's SpongeBob going, "Ugh, who put you on the planet?" I was just like, what is this? Like, what? I wasted two. I wasted 2.5 minutes of my life on this.
no, but who put you on the planet?
For real, who put me on the planet, man?
I
My
think this is
favorite.
a good segue to like also talk about some of the great things about the group and about like what has happened in the group because I think, and this is not even bias talking, we have the best group for Yu-Gi-Oh ever. It's balanced with
Dude,
an
it's
avid marketplace, people that respect each other, people that don't meme a whole lot. There is a lot of memeing, but like not to the level of some of the other bigger, more reputable groups.
it's not
Right.
Zodiac. We're not Zodiac,
We're not,
and that's
we're not,
great.
we're
I
not.
love that we're not.
But this is
We-
the greatest time to like even tout like the fact that we have a good thing going with the
Yeah.
Yeah,
with the
no, I
Yu-Gi-Oh!
mean we've all
Cup.
worked.
Yeah, it's
We've
just-
all worked so hard to come to this. I mean, like I remember when we first changed the name, it felt so weird because we were like, well, people aren't going to know that this is for Edison and that this is a safe place for that anymore. They're going to look in their groups and be like, yo, what the hell's that? I didn't join that. And like, but
Yeah.
it's honestly been so good so far. Like
Yeah.
we've had very minimal issues at all, and people really, they post what format they're looking for, generally speaking, and
Yeah.
it's gotten to the point to where people are asking for rulings. I think that's so cool. Like, the judges lounge is a thing, but it's cool to be able to have a community where people are comfortable enough to post something like that in the group too.
We have just become like this mecca for like just retro formats in general. I know like my like friends who usually sell would just come to my group because that's the best place where you can offload an ulti Dark Arm Dragon or a Ghost
At 4
Rare
a.m.
on it.
At 4 a.m. Yep.
Yeah.
some rich people in that chat.
Bro,
I
for real.
I have seen pictures of people with like pages of ulti Caiuses. I'm like, God.
Well, you
Jeez.
definitely got those when they were $30.
That is the one thing I wish I like invested more in, which is like Caiuses. I had like a whole bunch of those like gold rare ones that I was like giving to friends because they were getting into the format. And if you're playing like certain decks, you need Caius. It's like I got a bunch of gold rares from this like bulk buy I did.
Yeah, shout out the structure deck though. I mean, that's
Yeah.
Dude,
OG one,
for
like,
real.
come on, man.
Hold
That
on.
goes
Let me
hard.
just shout this out properly in every way possible. Shout out SR01 Common Caius because you have helped so many decks get off the ground with players who really don't care what rarity they're playing.
Right.
Like I order from Alex Bradshaw a lot from Grandmaster Games, and I pretty much every time that I get a full deck from him is SR01 Caius the Shadow Monarch. It's wonderful.
Dude, let me tell you,
yes, $4 common.
I've been playing Twilight recently, and I found out, well, I thought I didn't at least, that I did not own Caius, because why would I? I've never played Caius in anything. So I'm going through every card I have, because I need a Caius for locals, the shop doesn't have one. I finally find a Caius in my bulk. It is creased halfway across the card, but it is special because that Caius came from the structure deck that I bought from Walmart when I was a kid. And somehow I still have it because I closed it in my deck box one time. I'll send you guys a picture of it later. I still have it and I'm still playing it, mainly because, well, it's the only one I have right now. But still.
Right.
No, I feel that. You're playing Frozen Souls List. Is that why you picked it up?
Yep. Yeah, I'm playing it card for card after me and him did that video together. I decided to try out his list.
Yeah. Okay. I was about to say, why would he not have a Caius? And I was like, oh wait, well, Lightsworn. I guess that makes sense. I've seen it sneak in there like a couple times. But,
yeah, there were a lot of random cards like that I do not have. I had to pick up, like Gale.
Yeah. No, I think my favorite part about the group is it is just it's so interactive. Like I've never seen a dead day. Like I always go on and there's so many posts no matter what. Like there's never a day even at a YCS where like half the population of the group are at the YCS or the Nats or whatever it is. People still posting just constantly. It's great, honestly. Like it's like Brandon was saying, it's just there are good people in there. Like, there's some discrepancies here and there, and I get some weird reports and stuff.
That's
like people
majority good people.
Yeah, I mean, I'll get some weird stuff like it's someone reporting another person's opinion. Like it won't be derogatory or like an insult. It'll just be like that card's bad. Reported this comment. I'm like,
I remember one of them that we got a while back. I think it was like someone said something about like some like weird plant tech somebody had, and the comment was just, "I just don't think it's that optimal." And it's like I see a report, it's like, huh? Why is this? Like, that's just like the worst thing. I expect like bad words. I expect insults, slurs, stuff like that. No, it's I don't like your deck, but I think that person isn't in the group anymore. So if there's some credence knowing that they're not there. But
yeah,
that's the only like stipulation I have.
That person basically did like the same thing as like telling the teacher on somebody who's like, he made fun of my deck. That's not cool.
Get him. Get him. This is harassment.
Harassment.
No, but going back to the weird group entries, I didn't get to say my favorite one.
What's your favorite one?
So this is hands down. What retro format has caught your interest? Retro futurism.
Retro futurism. Okay. All right. We have a Future Fusion fan.
What is your favorite Yu-Gi-Oh card? Myself.
Myself.
No, this guy's Don Zalug, like in the freaking GX anime, where like some of the Yu-Gi-Oh cards would just become duelist. So I summon myself. I'm Don Zalug.
Bro, Detective Donnie
351. Okay, like
the Detective Donnie Boys the Lug. Like.
That's my favorite Christopher Walken role.
Oh, ever. For real. Yeah.
Wait, did he actually voice Don Zalug?
No.
Oh, okay. I was like
Christopher Walken.
I'm glad I was not the only one thinking that.
I was like, I don't believe you guys. I'm like, how did they rope him into this?
I mean, you'd be surprised where like you'd see some actors like when they're in like certain shows.
Yeah.
Like the guy who's in Shameless, the old guy, the grandpa, he's the main narrator of the Curious George TV show.
That's so random. Wow.
What? That's so random. What the
Or
hell?
like how so have you guys seen Samurai Jack?
Yeah. Oh, have I seen Samurai Jack? Yes.
You know who else he has played?
You're gonna say, oh my god, you're gonna say freaking main villain.
No, he's voiced Static Shock and Bulby from Jimmy Neutron.
I'm loopy.
Stop. Same guy. Same person.
That's terrifying. That's before we get into any sort of voice actor talk, I just wanted to say that it's insane to me that Steve Blum is Tom from Toonami, but he's also Zabuza and Orochimaru from Naruto. And I just don't understand.
That's crazy.
He was also something else. Give me one moment. I'm checking because he was in like a weird thing too. I know he was in Legend of Korra. That's like the big one. I know he was in Megas XLR.
Oh yeah, he's Amon. He's Amon in Legend of Korra.
He was also in something really oh yeah, he was in Digimon. I forgot about that.
Yeah, he's got more roles than anyone I've seen. But If we're talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! Real quick, like, so Bakura's voice actor does many, many different things. He does Jack
Right.
Atlas, there's a bunch of different ones. But my favorite role ever is this one line from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. He voices Neospatian Grand Mole, and he just says, "Okay, boss."
Okay,
No,
while we're on the topic of voice artists, we have a couple talented folks here in the group chat that we've actually sprawled back and forth with like voice memos in the messenger chat of our Facebook group. And like my first week being inaugurated into this group, I heard the pleasure of Patum voicing Jaden Yuki on Yu-Gi-Oh! GX.
Oh my god, bro!
Patum, would you carefully mind taking over the mic for just 1 second and tapping into that character? Just for a
That's
second.
tough. I don't think I think my Mad Dog from GX is better, and my Amber Mammoth from GX is better.
Okay.
Please do the
Amber
Amber
Mammoth was great. Do the Amber Mammoth.
Wow, save me, Jesse. And Jesse will making pancakes.
Bro, dude, listen. It was Brandon's birthday, okay, and I had to give him one, and I just gave him the lowest gurgle ever, and I said, "Happy birthday, Brandon!" But you cannot understand what the hell I was saying. Like, I don't know if you know like Zolgar from Power Rangers, but like the original Power Rangers or whatever.
Yeah.
But I have this voice that I do, Michael, and it's,
Your voice is deceivably low. Go for it.
I know. Rita, the Power Ranger.
Oh yeah,
I gotta pee now.
Yes,
Holy shit.
bro. And he was in the chat. He was like, "What's up, guys?" I was like, "Happy birthday!" And I go, "Happy birthday, Brandy."
we were going on just like this tangent of just like different characters we can do, and I think it just started with me doing Mad Dog because like, my boss monster. It's Revival Slime. It just kept going.
He does the best character impressions. I crap,
bro.
That was
or like
amazing.
the guy who summoned the Fusion Monarchs in GX.
Oh,
there was the Fusion Mon, and he goes, "Yo, Selena, why you hate?" That's the last you hear of him, and he dies.
You have the best Ojama Yellow voice ever. Like
Will you boss monster? You can't get rid of us like that, Chad.
He's so
he makes
good,
me want
dude.
to Chaz it up.
Yeah, that makes me want to Chaz it up. Get me some armed dragons right now.
Oh, God.
I can't. The only impression I can do is Patrick from SpongeBob.
I'm gonna judge you hard on
mayonnaise an instrument?
No, Patrick, mayonnaise is not an instrument.
I'm gonna, Michael.
Horseradish isn't either.
I'm gonna judge you hard on this, Michael. You better do a good Patrick.
Okay, I'm gonna give this my best Bill Falkerbaki impression. Okay. The inner machinations of my mind are an enigma.
That's pretty solid.
You have the head voice down. You definitely, you have the head voice down.
Thank you. I'll be here all week.
Who does Stephen Darling? He does like the commentary, but he also does judging, and he did the Pegasus duels, which is where like the rules of the duel will change throughout the progression of the tournament.
That was at the 200th YCS, right?
It was at the 200th. I know they did it at the 250th because I played in that one. But he does such a good Maximilian Pegasus. He'd be like, "Yugi boy, now all your monsters are tuners."
I feel like that's so funny. Tuners, tunes. That's so good. I feel like Pegasus is probably the easiest voice to do because everyone kind of has like that stride, like in their voice to some degree.
Yeah.
But God, man, like if we're not supposed to be on this subject forever, but what I want to say is freaking. I met, Joey, right? Wayne Grayson, and I asked him, in the panel, what, like, did they tell you, like, you had to do this voice to be a part of the show? Like, how did that come about? And he was like, dude, they said they wanted someone from, and I quote, "the streets." And I'm from New York, and that's how I talked when I sent in the application to be a voice actor for this show. Like, and I was like, what? That was his voice? Like, that's your actual talking voice for
That
when
is
you were
so
that young?
funny.
That's insane.
That's how it does, Yogi. That's how it,
It
does,
does.
Yogi.
It does what it do. It's the Celtic Guardian.
Get the guy.
Guilty Guardian.
Don't bring Serenity into this.
Serenity.
Dude, Ethan, did I tell you about what I said to the guy at Raleigh? You guys just made me think about this.
No.
This
what?
is hilarious. I thought I told you about it. So there was this guy, he couldn't find where the match report slips went. And he was like running all around, and I was like, hey, you just follow me. I know where to go. And he's like talking to me, making small talk. And he was just like, I think he asked me how I was doing. And I was like, oh, I'm XO right now. I was like, I just so nonchalantly, I was like, I have to win because my sister needs eye surgery. So if I can't win, then she's going to go blind. And this guy was like, like audible gasp. He was like, dude, I hope you win. And he's like going off, like trying to comfort me. And he was like, is that a reference to the anime? I was like, yeah, I don't actually have a sister. Sorry, man.
Bro,
It was so funny.
This man was ready to fight for you.
Saying that so casually, it's just like, yeah, if I don't win, I can't get the money for my sister to have eye surgery. She might die. Like,
yeah, he was.
What?
His mouth dropped. He was just like, I can't remember what he said, but I ended up actually playing that guy like 3 rounds later, and he beat me. And then I was just like, well, I guess my sister's gonna be blind forever now. It was so funny.
Yeah, no, that's great. Michael, did you have anything else you wanted to touch base on?
Okay, so we kind of went over and covered, probably just like scratched the surface of all the unhinged things that occur within the Time Wizard group.
Oh my god.
So I like to try to keep these around an hour. We're at 47 minutes, so we can just spend the last 13 minutes of this going around the table and just say something that makes you love Yu-Gi-Oh! It can be about Edison, it can be about the game as a whole, anything that you'd like to say. What makes you love the game?
I think I'm the person that is perfect to start this, because what you just said is the only reason Patum messaged me in the first place to be a part of the group. He said that I said it better than he could have, and it is literally that the community is everything. Having someone open-minded be a voice for the community is honestly what everyone needs in that sense, because the encouragement and how far it will go to be a part of this game is just wonderful. Like, you know, you can't help that you lose. And a lot of people who are getting into this format, or Edison, whatever format they're getting into, whatever retro format or just modern in general, they have to learn the lesson of sometimes it is pay to win when it comes to modern. But when it comes to, older formats and stuff, and there's so many reprints and everything, just because it's easily accessible money-wise does not mean it's going to be a walk in the park, because everybody has to learn a different way to play at that point. And, even seeing modern players like come into it and kind of struggle even then. But I think the greatest part about Yu-Gi-Oh! As a whole right now is just being able to give that guidance to people, being able to have that positive outlook and be like, hey, this is what you need to do to get better at this, and don't beat yourself up for it. And if you need anything, the community is here for you. You're going to encounter a couple assholes here or there, but as a general statement, I think Yu-Gi-Oh! Is doing great right now. And I think that what everyone needs more than anything else to love this game as much as I have come to love it is to realize that, like, whatever your goal is, whether it's being around your friends, i.e. me, or winning, right, or just being a part of the community and trying to make an impact, you have all the tools to do that, and you have all the support that you need to as well. Because not everyone's going to be an asshole to you. The majority are going to be like, dude, that's awesome. Like, what you posted was sick. Like, I'm so happy for you. When I posted my max rarity list for Diva Hero and it was era accurate, I had so many people like respect that, and they were like, oh, I like that you didn't include the stuff that came after Edison. I like that you played what they would have played back then, whether it be original print or Gold Series 1 or 2. Like, the uproar from that was honestly inspiring to me. I was just so happy that like people saw my journey and how far it took me to get there, and they just were living for me in those moments. And that's just one of the very small things among the plethora of a million amazing things this group has brought to the table. Like, what I love about Yu-Gi-Oh, it feels like a family, man.
Right.
That was beautiful, Ethan. Truthfully, that's gonna be hard to top.
Sorry.
All right, who wants to go next?
I guess I'll go next. Piggybacking off of Ethan, it is definitely the community, but also there's a lot of avenues to Yu-Gi-Oh, right? You could get deep into the weeds on the collector side. You can go and collect what you want, collect all the new rarities of what Konami is printing, collect the rarities of the past. You know, collect the alties, the ghosts, the first eds, the unlimited, whatever you can afford, whatever you like. Honestly, I would suggest just collecting what you like. I mean, that's gonna be correct at the end of the day. Then on the other avenue side is the competitive side. You know, how good of a player can you become? How good of a player are you right now? And what are your goals? What can you experience along the way to get to where you want to be? And that all boils down to, well, how active you are in the events. You know, we've come so far this year in a lot of Time Wizard retro format events that a couple of years ago I would have begged to be a part of. This is a turning point for Yu-Gi-Oh! This is where we are celebrating collectively with Konami the retro scene of Yu-Gi-Oh! And it's an exciting time. It's an everlasting time, and it's quite changing. I mean, we are seeing paces from GOAT to Edison to now different avenues, right? To Tengu, to Hat, to question mark, you name it. But right now, I think if you're not getting into these events, you need to. There are events this year that have been a blast for me. I was able to go to YCS Indianapolis. I last minute couldn't make it to Nats, and a lot of people were begging me to go out there and see them there. But I know a lot of people have been putting in work on these RBETs. Shout out Keegan and his channel E3 for hosting these massive tournaments online with insane turnout, with 200 plus people, even in person, with these RBETs alongside the Konami ran tournaments. And there's quite a few more coming up that's exciting. I mean, we have a couple, like, I'm gonna shout out my local scene here. So we just put together a big tournament. I mean, just for this area here in Kentucky at Through the Decades Gaming. I want to shout them out because they have taken an effort to kind of bring more life to the retro scene. So it's Through the Decades Gaming. It's going to be September 14th. And it's going to be a $20 entry for your chance to win an Ultimate Caius. And it's going to be first place through 8th place payout with cards that are Edison relevant, with Rarity 2 collection on entry. So that's, again, September 14th, TTD. We also have a newly organized event coming up, which is organized by the GOAT Atlanta format owner, Aaron Akent. And this is going to be hosted at Charlie's Collectible Show, October 5th through 6th.
So cool.
This is going to be a total of $4,500 in pricing across not just Edison, not just GOAT, but Advanced too. So we're going to $4,500 through those three formats in just a weekend. Like, that's going to be insane. There's details in the Time Wizard group. But yes, again, shout out to Aaron Kent and his lovely job for continuing the GOAT scene in Atlanta and testing new waters in Edison, bringing Edison to the forefront there. And then shortly after that next weekend, we have RBET NYC. And I know a lot of people have committed to that one as well. That's going to be the last RBET of this season for Edison. And that's going to be held at Collectors Emporium. Then after that is the showdown at RBET Rulers in late November. So again, shout out to people who qualified for that. Shout out to people who are gonna, futuristically top in these RBET events and continue to pull strong. Guys, if you're not in the event scene in your locals or in these online or massive in-person tournaments, please get them in. No matter if you are just starting or what, just find a dedicated group and travel with them. I encourage you. So there's so much fun in the retro scene, being able to collect cards and actually have cards that hold their value or increase in value. And with the competitive scene, it's unlike no other. I'm having the time of my life with Yu-Gi-Oh! Personally, and I digress. Patum, your observation here.
I think
shout outs.
I mean, outside of my local, shout out to Bear Cave CCG. I think what is so great about Yu-Gi-Oh! Is that it really does help you in so many different aspects. I remember when I first started playing back in 2017, I wasn't a super social person. And I didn't really have anything to call my own. And then I just started playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And that has just evolved so much. I've developed some of the best friends I've made in my entire life through this game. I've moved up my way and I became a judge. So I've judged different events, and that was always really cool. And despite all the stuff I'm going through back then and now, I always know Yu-Gi-Oh! Is gonna be there. I know if I am just having a rough day, I can text my friends hey, do you want to go play test? I just need to get my mind off some stuff. Or hey, there's this new event coming up. Do you guys want to go? And there's always something for me to do, and it prevents me from feeling alone in this world. I will always have something.
Yes.
And
exactly.
Yu-Gi-Oh! is the reason why I have something, and I'm forever thankful for stuff like that.
It's the truth. It's cheesy to say it, but this game saved my life in so many ways. It gave me an outlet when no one was there for me, and I've met the most amazing people through it. Traveling with your friends is something that you will never be able to replicate. It's so awesome.
Yeah, it is. It's the best part about it, honestly.
I still got to make a trip with frickin' Michael. It's got to happen one day,
Yeah, we're going to get on that. We're definitely going to do that soon.
Oh, this is completely out of left field, but I almost forgot. Guys, this is the official announcement for me being a co-host for the Edison Club.
That is right. Ethan is going to be one of my co-hosts for the podcast, so I'm really excited for this.
Wow. Very fun. Very fun.
We've been killing it with all the tier lists and everything, so I'm very, very excited for that. I know we're coming right up on the hour mark here.
That means I should finally subscribe. If Ethan's a part of this, I think I should subscribe now.
I think y'all need to smash the like button. All right, I want you to subscribe. Yeah. I want you to share with your friends and comment "Congratulations, Ethan." All right, I want you to spam that in chat, y'all.
Because if you're an hour in and you're just now spamming that, kudos to you.
Much appreciated. Much appreciated to all of you. So, thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. It was a great time. I really had a whole lot of fun. If you've made it this far into the podcast, we do take listener letters and fan mail. The email for that is in the description below. It is the EdisonClubFanmail@gmail.com. Really look forward to getting fan mail from you guys. So, once again, thank you guys for joining me. It was a great episode. And this is Mike from the Edison Club signing out until the next one.